Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. So today's episode, it is an episode, right?
Yeah, but it's just kind of a different type of episode.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We've gone through some personal issues here in the
fam.
At the fam, bam. So we've actually had a little bit of trouble trying to get our little cases together.
Yeah.
So today we thought we would do something a little different. Actually, this is something we had already been thinking about doing.
Yeah.
We were just thinking about calling. We were like, what do we call it? It was just kind of like a thing. But like this week was perfect for us to go through this. So what we're going to do, kind of just mention a few of some cases that you listen to, like on TikTok or on Instagram. You can,
or some stuff that's currently happening on the news. That's currently
happening. And we just kind of want to give our thoughts out there.
Not and that just talk about cares. The story.
But talk about the story so that if people
haven't heard about them, they want to look it up, or, they want to,
Yeah.
Because at least the ones that I have are still developing. So.
Yeah. And the ones that I found, they're sad. All of them are sad.
Oh, yeah. It was a combined sad.
Yeah. So if you would like to join us, grab your cafecito.
And let's get started. What was that?
I don't know what the fuck. You've been doing some word ass shit today. But anyway, so I wanted to start off by saying, first of all, the whole thing with, I know everybody was making so much fun of the people that went down on the ship thing, like they went to go see. ¿Cómo se llamaba?
Submissile or the...
Dude, pero ¿por qué la gente se estaba riendo? Like, that wasn't funny.
No, I don't think people... Well, there were some people, at least for me, there were some people that were like, oh, well, that's what they get.
Really?
Yeah. Like...
I don't know, but I feel like it was still sad.
Sometimes it's like, well, why would you say that? It's like saying, okay, I could see there's like a NASCAR driver.
True.
And they say que choca y se muere. Nobody's going to say, oh, that's what he gets. He's a NASCAR driver. They're freaking people,
They're human, yeah. I mean, y pobrecitos como quiera, they had their family and stuff. And I mean, we really do like send our sentiment that they would never know about. But hey, you never know. To the families that lost their loved ones. First of all, it was a child. Like, he was like 20 19. Or 19, whatever it was. And then and he didn't even want to go,
No,
bro.
Su mom spoke out. Y su mom dijo que she was supposed to go, pero que he wanted to go instead. He was eager to.
Yo pensé que he had said he didn't want to.
La tía said that. But then the mom said that he did. So I would think that the mom would know better because she said that she wanted to go, y que el muchacho le dijo que no, que he was eager to go, so he ended up going instead of her.
And then I saw Cardi B talking about how, I mean, it was
el stepson
de uno de los billionaires. Apparently el stepson de uno de los billionaires apparently was at the Travis
Blink-182
concert,
which is fine,
pero que like, I mean,
why did you have to post that?
Yeah.
Just keep it to yourself. Like, nobody would have known,
I wouldn't have known.
Oh, but, también he had posted that he was using it, like
a coping mechanism.
No, pero también dijo Travis, he was like, hey, my dad, like, he was trying to use that to meet or to go, like, behind the stage and meet.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, ya, se pasó de verga. So Cardi was right. Okay.
Yeah. And then he started feuding with Cardi or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. He started talking.
He wanted attention then.
Yeah.
Se pasó. Okay.
I don't know. We don't know him personally.
We don't know him personally, but just the logistics of everything going on, just the fact that they were down there like 12,000 feet under fucking water. Like, that's just mind-boggling to me. And then, dude, like, when my husband told me que estaban usando un remote de pinche PS2, like, I didn't believe him. Pero I saw the picture of somebody.
The remote, it's the Logitech, I think.
It's Logitech or something like that. Logitech. I think my manager from work told me.
I think my mouse from work is Logitech.
Yeah. So then I saw a picture that they actually had someone with the, like, straight up
el control
del pinche PS2. Like, I was like, I can't believe it. I mean, and I can believe it because I'm pretty sure that things like that do happen, but it's like...
Well, I don't know if you saw, I think yesterday was Monday, right?
Yeah, yesterday was Monday.
So I think it was Monday. Mr. Beast came out saying that he was invited to go.
I know. My husband told me that. I was like, that is crazy. You imagine? No, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Not Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Not Mr. Beast.
And I think somebody else, too. I think his name is Chris Brown, but not that Chris Brown. He's like a renowned...
Not the wife beater?
He's like a renowned scuba diver or something like that. And I think he was invited to go, but he like did his research and he was like, no,
I
como
think
que no se mira esto bien, and he like opted out.
Estaba yo también viendo, parece que the guy that actually made, the director of the Titanic came out.
James Cameron?
Yeah, he came out and he was like that it was not a good idea for them to have been diving that many times con el scuba. ¿Cómo se le llamaba esa madre? Submissile or something like that. Y unos iban en el piso sentados. I saw the picture.
Yeah, it wasn't very big.
Like, it was like a minivan or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just can't imagine. My heart really does go out to all those people that died. It's crazy.
But I know they were saying that, at first that they had thought that they had ran out of air.
Yeah, that's what I thought so.
But apparently they didn't. No, it imploded on itself.
Yeah,
while it was still making
when it was still making, so it never made it to the Titanic. Yeah, and
basically. I guess that's best case scenario because the people that were inside didn't even realize what happened. Like it was over in a second.
So there's this girl that it's a young lady that I follow. She's a mortician.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know she's a mortician, and I follow her on TikTok, and I'm always watching her videos because she's always telling you like things that morticians wouldn't do after seeing all these things, like go right away at a green light. Always wait a little bit because you never know if they're going to run the light. Yeah, right. Whatever. So she always don't text and drive. She actually said that the way that, because somebody I guess had asked her a question, like was there
in regards to
the case, if there was going to be any body parts left or is there anything left? Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, that's just fish food by now, because literally it was like a can of soda. Right? It literally like went pulverized, basically because of all that pressure, and it just pulverized. Mm-hmm. And she said it was actually pretty good because they didn't feel anything.
Right.
It happened so quick. As opposed
to imagínate that you're just counting down the hours hasta que se te acabe el aire.
Eso está peor.
That would have been the worst.
Yeah.
And then like being there with your son and knowing that what you and your son are about to go through, or knowing that your son's about to go through that, I can't imagine.
That was one of the ones that we wanted to kind of discuss, and you guys let us know what you think. I'm not sure if anybody else,
sure there's more that
I'm pretty sure that we're only touching the surface, but scratching the surface, like they say. Pero es que honestly, there's so much information out there que nunca vamos a saber what exactly happened.
Yeah. But también estaban diciendo, I think they came out saying that they knew that the submarine
vessel
had imploded early on. Mm-hmm. But they were like, why did they wait to tell us? Porque they were like continued to look.
Do you think that they actually knew that it happened that quick? Mm-hmm. You think so? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know, because
they were telling us everything else. Why did they keep that to themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I also saw, because me in TikTok, I saw this lady that she's a medium. And she was saying, they were asking her, she's from Austin, and they were asking her a question. And then this is interesting because I don't really read up on those kind of things, but I thought it was interesting that she said, because people were saying that they could hear like noises and hitting and stuff around the area.
Right.
And she was saying, we must remember, like, there's still like things in the ocean.
Yeah,
like,
there's
other
submarines down there, like people
organisms and stuff like that.
No, not even that, but just they have other like fucking government shit that they're probably doing underwater too. That is just, there's a lot of noise actually in the ocean that people don't know about, that we don't know about.
And I do not
know.
No, and not only that, pero también estaban diciendo que they had like this, I guess like the Navy was around there también, y que they heard when
there's different agencies or whatever.
Yeah, agencies that they actually heard the noise of cuando they actually had the explosion or whatever happened. So you're right. Why didn't they tell us right away? Like, why did
they notified the families?
Maybe. Because literally I saw on the news, I think it was
that's what I'm saying. They were like updating.
And they were like updating you. Ya nada más les quedan tanto tiempo.
Cada media hora. They had like a countdown, bitch.
Not the countdown.
They had a countdown when they were going to run out of air, según.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but my suegra saw on YouTube, and she saw the pictures of him, and she told me, "Está bien guapo el señor."
Yeah.
Yeah. She said
his wife is the one that, like I just said earlier, su esposa was the one that was speaking out.
Yeah. So another one, changing subject, another one that my sister sent me a TikTok about it, and I had already seen it. And this was back in 2005 in New Jersey. there was, it's Camden, New Jersey is what I read. There was a group of people that were looking for their kids. It was, I think they were neighbors, so eran hermanitos, eran two hermanos y un neighbor. And they were little. I think they were like all 5, 4, por ahí.
Oh, they were little. What year was this?
6 or 5, in 2005. Tenían como 6 por ahí. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that because, once again, I didn't do my research on this. I just kind of am going by what I remember. Y entonces they were like out there looking for them. They're in the area in New Jersey. So then they're all looking for them y todos están buscando a los little kids. Sí, eran 3. And so they're looking for them and the parents are starting to get really worried, you know, and then, you know, they're Hispanic, so estaban hablando español y se les oye like in their voice, they were just out here, se los llevaron, like what happened? So they're like literally canvassing everywhere, a ver si no se salieron, se los llevaron, whatever. And in the area, no había nada. Estaban como unos apartments y no había nada in the apartments. It was like a corridor y no había nada. Y nada más había como unos carros que estaban abandonados, un carro que estaba abandonado, like shit, like random ass shit que nada más estaba allí. So according to the cops, they had looked everywhere. So they were like, we've looked everywhere, no hay nada.
So nobody lived in those apartments?
Yes, they were in front of their apartment. Estaban los niños jugando fuera de sus apartamentos in the apartment. Y entonces dice la familia que they came out y ya no estaban. Right? And they were like, I don't know if they were brothers or little neighbors, no me acuerdo. Pero entonces, at one point, they were like, we've already looked everywhere. So the family is like distraught y todo eso. So,
¿No los encontraron?
No, girl. For one reason or another, uno de los tíos, they went to go look at that abandoned car. And they were like, well, let's look in here. Y el carro estaba abierto. Bro, they opened the car para ver si estaban y no estaban adentro del carro. So they were like, okay. But for some reason, el muchacho era un muchacho joven. Se le ocurrió. Uno de sus tíos de los niños, I don't know which one, que abrió la cajuela. He opens the back of the car, the trunk. Girl, why the babies are in there dead? They suffocated. They suffocated in there. They were playing, se metieron allí.
Y ya no se pudieron
salir. And so when they asked the police, like, I thought you said you had already checked around. And the police said that
they didn't check the trunk. They just kind of looked.
No, que dice que uno de los cops were like, yeah, we just didn't. I guess that they had like a dog that was looking, and the dog got distracted by something else, and el perro ya no acabó de check the whole car. So they just took and they just said, yeah, we went over it, but they never did. So the actual family member found the little.
But do you think at the time that, well, I think not that it matters, I'm sure, but I guess they would have just found him sooner, but I'm sure that had already passed.
Found him sooner. Yeah.
They had already passed because if they were still in there, they would have been making
I think
noise.
It was like hot or something. It was like in June. I don't know, pero te imaginas aquí adentro del carro like in the middle of June? You imagine? It's like our last story that I covered for
last week's episode.
Last week's episode. If you haven't heard it, please take a listen. Let us know what you think. The Lorenzen Wright, like in Mississippi. No, I'm lying. Not Mississippi. Tennessee. Excuse me. He was in Tennessee. In the heat
in July,
literally, like he fried. He was fried. You know, and the babies were in there. Los 3 niños, and that's not the worst part. The worst part is as a family member finding them and never being able to stop remembering that. ¿Te imaginas?
Yeah.
Like that to me is just, and they have videos on TikTok if you want to look it up. But I saw it on TikTok. That's how my sister me lo mandó. My sister's like, girl, she wanted to be here so bad. I'm like, girl, go sit down somewhere. You're not going to come over here just to be on our damn episode, but whatever. But she literally was like, here, talk about this. And so then she me lo mandó. And I was like, dude, pobrecita familia. Like, I cannot imagine.
De las familias, right? Because eran más de una familia.
I honestly cannot remember. And please do not come after me, dijo, if I'm wrong. But I know that it was 3 kids. No me acuerdo. Pero estaban más o menos chiquitos to where they didn't know, like they were just playing or whatever.
Well, yeah, you just play with the random shit that's like.
Yeah, te imaginas, like, I would have been like, oh, me voy a esconder ahí, you know?
Right.
And then I just can't. I just can't even imagine.
I wonder they were like, well, se metieron los 3, so.
They were probably playing hide and seek or something.
Yeah, well, they were probably playing something. They're like, oh, let's get in here real quick. And
in 05.
Like, get out.
That happened in 05 in New Jersey. In New Jersey también se pone caliente?
I don't think
not like Houston caliente.
Right, but I'm sure. I mean, how did summer, you know?
I'm guessing, yeah, but I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find out qué año fue, because I know I had looked it up.
You said 2005.
Digo, ¿qué año? ¿En qué mes?
Oh, okay.
It says, so it was actually, I make a correction. There were 11, 6 and 5. and they were sitting outside of their home, and they were just eating like a snow cone or Italian ice, because it was June 22nd
that day.
And then that day, I guess apparently the mom was watching them, like she was out there. Y luego ella she went inside to start dinner. Y ya nunca los
That's the thing, but that we all play. I know mucha gente dice, oh, pues, how are you going to descuidarte de los niños, you know?
No, it's because you can't. It's like in that moment, like when you're that small, you think everything is so easy and you just
And la señora, she's like, they're right there.
They're right there.
They're
I can see them. I can hear them.
Y yo sé que los otros estaban chiquitos, the 6 and 5-year-old, but an 11-year-old, como que, yeah, I know it's not their responsibility. Mm-hmm. I know they're all kids, but you're like, oh, I'm just going to go inside real quick, you know?
Yeah. But, and you're like, yeah, you're 11. Like,
I mean, we used to do that all the time.
All the time, dude.
Like, we were growing up and
stuff.
Yeah,
all the time. Like, I would leave the house, but then we needed to be back before a certain time, porque si no nos iba mal. Pero for sure, like, I just thought that was...
But it was the middle of the day, you know?
The middle of the day. Yeah. Like, literally, you saw that right now.
Yeah, it was broad daylight.
It was broad daylight. I just showed Estela the video. The people were so distraught and like, so distraught emotionally that they were just passing out and all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of crazy.
Pobrecito. And that's what... 2005, that's what, 18 years on the 22nd of this year?
Of this year? Wow. Almost to the day, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm. Wow. No, ya pasó.
Pues sí, pues estamos a 26.
Why am I thinking it's like the 15 or 16?
No,
ya pasó.
27.
Ya pasó.
Yeah.
It was 18 years. Fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you imagine they could have already had their whole life already done, you know? But as we do with all of the cases that we listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one that I thought that I wanted to bring up because I felt like that was so crazy. The fact that their own family los encontró, you know? Yeah, that's just the shit that you be seeing on.
And it happens to everybody.
It happens.
It doesn't matter how old you are, sadly.
Yeah,
or if you have money or not.
No, I don't know.
Race you
and
are.
Then another thing, changing subject. Another thing, did you listen to, which I don't know if this is not really true crime, a part of true crime, but did you hear that somebody said that about the aliens in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, so my sister was like, bring that up. And I'm like, I mean, I don't really care if there was alien because obviously there's something out there, right? But I think personally.
I do too, personally.
Pero at first I was thinking, ay, esto gente, like, what are they talking about? Like, I just ignored it. But then, like, I was on TikTok once again. And
you were on that side of TikTok, like conspiracy TikTok.
On that side of TikTok. That's when I found, like, the whole, like, vidente and all that shit that I found. But on that side of TikTok, and they were talking about...
Is that conspiracy TikTok? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, conspiracy. You know how they have, like...
it was all over your For You page?
Yeah, they have tattoo talk. Like dude, that was a big one. They had a tattoo talk and they had like a cake talk
or the drama TikTok.
Yeah, they have craziness. But anyway, so on this one, I didn't realize that there was a guy that he told the whole story about era un muchacho que I guess they were like farming or something like that.
Oh, there's a lot of stories that are like that. I think there's a specific one, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard about it in Mr. Ballin's podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's the most like well-known and documented alien abduction story that seems like literally legit. And I can't remember. And I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Ballin's YouTube channel.
I'm pretty sure. I love Mr. Ballin.
I can't remember. But yeah, it's like a whole documentation. It seems legit. But I don't know. A lot of people were saying that, you know, the government was trying to, you know, distract you with aliens to cover something else up. You know, it always happens, and that they were going to say that the aliens do exist finally and stuff like that. So,
I mean, if they do or don't, like, cool, but I wouldn't come here.
I mean, I think people already believe that they do.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
But I wouldn't come here. Like, not the United States. Yo me voy para Grecia, allá.
No, bitch, I just don't think I would come to Earth at all.
At all. The Earthlings are not fun.
No.
And can you not?
What did they say that
about Earthlings killing each other? Like, no.
What is that meme that says that the Earth is like what do they say when you wear like a Gucci belt and saggy pants or whatever? Huh. I don't think I'm saying this correctly, but the Earth is like the ghetto of the galaxy, and nobody cares to come.
Nobody wants to come here. Yeah, I wouldn't want to come here either. I mean, there's war everywhere. Like, they probably have like chill. You know, they're chilling up there. They're probably not hot. They don't have to be this close to the sun. Like, they chilling. You know, they have.
And we're not even that close to the sun.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They have ACs. Their ozone is al 100.
Al 100.
You know, they don't have any fucking
holes
trash
in their ozone
everywhere.
layer.
They don't have any. You know. They're just taking care of. There's no Meg.
Yeah.
There's no Meg.
That we know of? You don't know?
That we know of. I mean, but maybe they have water. They have I don't know. I don't know. They have no sugar to be just, they have no red dye.
No red 40?
No red 40. They're just chilling. But let's say that there is aliens out there. Now we're going into this alien thing, right? Because I hate my sister for this. But do you think they really, where do you think that they got the vision of an alien being the way that you can imagine an alien being green and with big eyes? Do you think it's something that they just made up, or?
I mean, they say that all fiction is based on some truth, right?
That's what I'm saying. Where did they get that idea? For example, on Independence Day, those aliens had big old eyes. They were different color, but I mean, they were still where did they get this idea of these aliens to look like that?
Let's take a quick break.
Persons of Interest is back, and it's bigger than ever.
That scream will echo in my head for many years.
Taser, taser, taser! He's gonna shoot!
Oi! Shot fired! Shots fired, shots fired.
Stay out, you gotta go on you!
He had the perfect aim.
I am absolutely stressed at that point. I have no idea where my officers are.
Persons of Interest available everywhere you get your podcasts.
I was just recently watching Scary Movie. Which one's the one with Charlie Sheen and Ja Rule? Is it part 4?
I think it's 4 or 3.
Que vienen los aliens. I think so. Cuando se muere Brenda, that she's like, "Hey, your TV is leaky." Well, the aliens come. That's how. So when I'm thinking aliens, I feel like that's how they look. Y cuando te saludan, they kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
Or they stick. I forgot, or something like that. But no, when saying goodbye, they kick you in the balls.
Yeah. I don't know, but I just feel my sister wanted me to bring that up. So if y'all know anything about that, let us know. If anybody's had an experience, that would be so cool, dude. Imagine. Uh-huh. I think I would never judge anybody. I would love to hear your story to see what that was about. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of people have stories about como te jalan las patas, y te sube el muerto and all that shit.
Yeah, people are going to think that you're lying.
Yeah.
Who would lie about that?
But why would I sit there and lie? At that moment, that's what I felt, Yeah. And that's how I feel the same way. It's I would never judge anybody for that.
And why would anybody lie? Oh, I guess people would think that they would do it for attention?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe for attention. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, moving on to the next thing I have. But one day I was I don't know why Facebook has the fucking craziest fucking stories, bro.
No, Facebook be wilding, bro.
Wilding. So there was a story about this young lady. I don't know if anybody out there or that's listening has heard about this. It was this young, an older lady, y que she would say that her daughter was a demon. Oh. So yeah, so then le pegaba bien feo, and I mean it was a big case of abuse or whatever, and then she put her in a freezer, dude.
A la niña.
¿Qué
tenía la niña?
Nada más porque no la quería, because she was saying that she was saying que esa niña, she was 11 and she was really small, so she kept saying that little girl was abusing the smaller kids. What? And so then she would say no, and she would beat her for days para que la niña dijera que yes, she did it or no. So finally the little girl would be like, yes, I did, porque yo creo de cansada. I cried so much. And she was
How old was she?
She was 11, por ahí 11.
Oh my God.
But my deal is with this, and the reason that I found this case was because she started screaming at the judge, saying all of this
se
shit.
Murió la niña?
La niña, well, she was in the freezer. Ahí la mató.
Yeah.
Mató y la metió allí. And then she put the craziest thing was that que la dejó.
Let me at her.
And it was she was in the fucking living room for months. And everybody was just
entraba la gente.
Entraba y salía la gente, the kids and everything. And her brothers and sisters knew que ella estaba allí. I can't remember the name of it. I saw it on Facebook, obviously. It was a long time ago. But it was that case really got to me.
¿Y qué le dijo al judge?
The judge was saying that she was, because some of the judges, they be telling.
Oh, they did tell you, they te rayan la madre.
Sí, les dicen cosas bien feas. And so then le estaba diciendo que ella era el devil y todo esto. Le estaba diciendo cosas y ella le empezó a gritar que he didn't know, because she was saying que ella no había hecho nada mal. In her mind, she had not done anything that was wrong. But it's you beat your child for so long, and then once she died, you put her in a fucking fridge, bro. La dejó adentro, y luego on top of that, she put things on top of her. Yeah, para que no, cuando fueran ahí, nadie la podía encontrar. And this is just because she would ask the kids, la señora no estaba bien, obviously, de la cabeza. So she would ask the kids, did she do this to you? Did she? And so then she would ask, and the kids would be like, yeah, like para que la dejaran, los dejaran.
But why would she even bring up those questions?
I don't know. La dejaba sin comer. It was just a sad situation. But I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers this case. And it was the reason
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, the reason I brought it up was because I'm gonna see if I can research her name, and we'll put it in the notes. Pero I can't remember because I could never find it again. I remember the lady's face, and I remember she was
just Google.
Yeah, I googled it last time because I was like, what is the name of this girl? And it was just so sad because la niña, like, she was a
niña, she's a kid.
She didn't even know at that point. She would just tell her yes, nada más para que la dejara en paz.
Right.
And then, like, no le daba de comer. And then sometimes la golpeaba tanto que she couldn't even eat.
Oh, my God.
And so then, but the worst part is this. No, the worst part is this. And the reason that I do listen to this is because I need, like, to me, that's interesting. Like, the mind of someone that is not okay, like their brain, it's like, dude, I can't imagine.
But is she not okay or is she just evil?
Both. It could be both. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you differentiate?
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
¿Cómo
like,
se dice madres?
But there's a thing. Was she diagnosed with, like...
No, at that point, I don't know.
You don't have any information on that. So, yeah.
Pero la only thing is, like, ella misma iba y le daba de comer. Like, in her mouth. Como si nada. And I'm like, dude, you are some sort of either fucking devil, dude, for real. That was just some shit.
Did she get life in prison?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if she didn't live in a state where they couldn't kill her, but she got life in prison for sure. But it was the most horrific thing. I'm going to look it up. That's her. I'm never going to forget her fucking face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She looks evil.
She was very evil. And she, like, literally, they asked her all these questions and then she would cry. And she's like, all I want is to be with my babies.
No.
I'm like, no, you don't care about your babies, bitch. You do not care. Mm-mm. But yeah, she was something else. That one right there, it got to me because I was like, dude, ¿cómo la podía tener en el freezer y todos, everybody
como
just
si nada.
Living around her, like, como si nada. Just sitting there, like, como si fuera un pedazo de carne la niña, dude. I just can't imagine. But that happened late 2015 is what they're saying. They sentenced her to 65 years. And she also abused her son. I remember that she would talk about her son. So golpeaba al son también. And they were the older kids. Porque según ella, they were doing something to the younger kids. But the younger, like... And then I remember the detective telling her at one point, like, are you sure you're going to believe a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, you know, what they're telling you? And she's all like, yeah, because why would they lie? And I'm like...
Because you're telling them what to say.
Because you're telling them, yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. So,
and también a 2-3-year-old is not going to come up with that type of lie like that.
Exactly. There it is. So, her 12-year-old son, the 12-year-old was the son. And then the daughter is the one that she killed. She was born in 2004. So how old was she? And she killed her in 15?
She was 11.
11, right? Yeah, 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that right. But anyway, so I mean that was a crazy one too, because I'm like, dude, I just cannot believe, like, and at one point, like, she broke her arm. No, sí.
¿No la llevaba al hospital?
No la llevaba al hospital. ¿Tú crees que la va a llevar porque va a decir la verdad la niña?
Se la va a quitar.
So anyway, I thought that was a crazy case as well. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but if you would like for us to go into detail, let us know. Send us an email, since we've been getting emails lately. Anyway, so what do you have for us, sister?
Okay, mine's are a little bit more current. The first story, I know me and you talked about it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So the first crime story is about, I'm sure maybe people have already heard about it because it's like been all over the news and I'm sure social media and stuff. It's about a 16-month-old toddler that passed away after her mom left her alone in their home while she was on vacation.
Okay, now explain to me. Alone, like sola? Nadie la iba a checar.
No. So at around 8 a.m. on June 16th, 31-year-old Cristel A. Candelario found 16-month-old Jailene unresponsive in her, like, pack and play in their Cleveland, Ohio home.
Espérame. Regrésate poquito. Me estás diciendo que la dejó adentro del pack and play.
Sí.
Wow. ¿Y luego?
Pues le habló a la policía. She found her unresponsive. Estaba diciendo that she looked dehydrated.
Pobrecita.
And cuando llegó la policía, when authorities arrived at the home, according to the affidavit, Cristel Candelario told the authorities that she left Jailene unattended while she went on vacation to Puerto Rico and Detroit.
Not Puerto Rico and Detroit.
So did she go to Detroit first or did she go to Puerto Rico first?
I just can't imagine this.
So she left her alone from Thursday, June 8th to Friday, June 16th.
Shut the fuck up.
An emergency, of course, responders were called to the home and they obviously found the baby unresponsive. According to the authorities, Jaylene's pack and play was, quote, consisted of soiled blankets and a bottom liner saturated with urine and feces, end quote. So the medical examiner went on to say that there was no trauma on Jaylene's body, but she died because she was left by herself for 8 days. I mean, no comió nada. Like,
you imagine, like, nada más solita y llore. And nobody could hear her. Like, ¿dónde estaba? Was it an apartment or una casa?
There were casas.
Oh, my God.
So one neighbor spoke to news outlets y dijo que Cristel had previously asked her, like, these specific neighbors had met her the last summer, August, y que Cristel had asked her to watch Jaylene. Y que le dijo they was going to be the weekend, just a couple of days. Pero this bitch didn't return for a month and a half.
La dejó allí con el neighbor.
Con la neighbor. Que la neighbor tenía otra 13-year-old daughter, so la cuidaban. Y dice que le hablaba por teléfono y que no le contestaba y que una vez le contestó y que le dijo that she was just giving excuses y que le dijo, well, if I'm going to keep your baby, like, I need money for food, diapers, like, milk. Y que I guess she was like,
¿Ella estaba más chiquita?
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. She was like, dude, I don't have any money. Like,
dude, what the fuck? So nada más la dejó ahí. Now, I have a question. So, ¿y por qué no le habló a la policía a la señora? Like, to call the authorities.
They didn't know.
Pero que la dejó 1 mes y medio, güey.
Oh, then I don't know. ¿Pero qué le iban a hacer?
Pues no, pero se la quitan la niña.
Well, yeah. Pero other neighbors went on to say that wasn't the first time que la dejaba sola la niña. And that que los neighbors simply decían, hey, why are you leaving her by herself? She was like, we'll take care of her. Like, a couple of neighbors were like, we all knew that baby. She was like, she was the cutest thing. We all liked her. We always tell her que no las dejara. But you know what? I think that si se las dejaba a ellos, they're going to be calling her, asking her for, like, money and stuff. So she said, no sé si se hacía más fácil dejarla sola.
No entiendo, like, no tiene familia ni un papá.
No, wait. Was the other neighbors told News 5 Cleveland that Cristel lived in the home with her 2 daughters. So Jaylene was one and she had another one. And her parents. Pero esta semana que dejó a Jaylene, so her parents took the oldest daughter and they went on vacation. So she was like, well, let me leave la baby aquí and then I'll go to Puerto Rico and Detroit.
Is she not like sane? Is she not like sane? Like, ¿qué le pasa? Le falta un pinche torneo, ¿qué vergas? Like,
yo creo.
What makes you think it's okay for you to, aquí la voy a dejar, acabo que no le pasa nada? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And so she was arrested on June 18th.
As they should, please.
And according to CBS News, she was indicted on aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, felonious assault, and endangering children. Her bond was set at $1 million.
So cuando le llamó a la policía, la niña estaba muerta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I just said, her bond was set at $1 million, and a preliminary hearing is actually scheduled for Wednesday, June 28th.
And this is in Ohio, so la pueden matar o no?
In Cleveland.
¿La pueden matar o no?
I don't know.
I don't know if they have the death penalty.
And it's not even, but it doesn't mean that they would go for the death penalty.
She should.
Yeah, but.
Man, that's so fucked up.
She might take a plea deal. I don't know.
She might. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, yeah, it doesn't say if she has a lawyer yet or anything, but it's crazy. And I'm like, what was I doing on June 8th? I'm like, I'm over here trying to think. I don't know. Some people shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, you're right. What was I doing on June 8th? Do you imagine? I just, like, what breaks my heart is, even if you leave your babies for like a second, when they don't see you, like they start crying like they're killing.
Pero so, at 16 months, la niña ya, she knows who you are. She te va a buscar.
Te va a buscar.
Or a family member,
somebody,
right?
Somebody, or, like, I mean, si se está, ponte a pensar, las está haciendo noche, día, y ella llore.
Yeah, and I know cuando a veces que, like, the babies cry and they're just se duermen because they're just so tired of crying. Imagínate, la niña ahí se dormía in her pee and, like, in her
y se despertaba y se volvía a dormir y sin comer.
Y llorando.
Y sin comer, ¿te imaginas? 1 semana y media, ¿no?
8 días.
Que, o sea, no tiene, para acabar pronto, no tiene madre la pinche vieja, ¿eh? La verdad. Que, o sea, I don't know.
But like you said, was she But what the fuck is she doing on vacation so much? Take your baby with you, bitch.
Pues deja tú. Don't go on vacation.
Well, yeah.
Don't go on vacation si no tienes quien te la cuide. Like, I don't get it.
Pero si tenía quien la cuide, nomás she didn't want to pay for them or give food or...
I mean, but you're going to tell somebody, I'm going to be back in a weekend, and then you're going to leave for a month and a half, bitch? Ta pendeja, no. I don't know, but that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit.
I don't know. That this is one, like, personally... Well, this is ongoing, so, I would want to keep an eye on it, so...
Maybe we can give an update later on, and if we do another one of these, if everybody...
cares about them.
Everybody cares.
They're like, nah, just stick to the cases, then okay.
Yeah, just let us know. We're
just trying something different.
Trying something different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with this lady. Like,
I just want them to let me borrow her. Give me 15 minutes.
Bitch, not even. Give me 2.
No. I want 15.
No, you could.
No, denme la 8 días. Right. Como ella dejó la baby.
Yeah.
Man, I'll whoop her fucking girl. I can't believe it. Like, just like the pobrecita, like...
It's because you think of the child, the baby. She was a baby.
Not only that, but how many people are out there trying to have children y que no pueden? That they would have loved to have a baby like that.
Or have her, adopt her, like, you couldn't fucking take care of her.
Like, be like, you know what? I can't take care of her. Take her to a safe place or whatever it is. But, I mean, nobody's going to judge you for that. You're going to be... it doesn't matter if people judge you. The thing is...
You're doing what's best for the child.
If you know what? If you know straight up, hey, yo, sabes que yo no puedo con esta niña o no tengo dinero, I don't have a job. Okay, no tengo que me la cuide.
Or not even that. Like, I don't have the best circumstances to, bring up a baby.
I completely understand.
More power to you, bro.
Yes. And if you have the balls to do that, I have respect for you more than for you to do something like that to an innocent child that she couldn't defend herself.
No.
How was she she couldn't, like, por lo menos she can get out and find food o algo.
No, y la dejó en la pack and play.
En la pack and play. ¿Cómo se iba a salir? ¿Cómo iba a comer? Like,
Dude, en la pack and play, así de chiquito.
No, yo lo que quiero saber también, hermana, es que me explique a alguien qué es lo que ella pensó. Que que she was going to be okay. Like,
right?
Like, what did she think? Like, oh, well, she's going to be fine 8 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Puerto Rico is not down the street from Ohio, bitch.
Detroit.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's not down the street. So what was she thinking? Like, aquí la voy a dejar.
And she'll be fine when I come back.
She'll be fine when I come back.
What?
And then call, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then call the cops, be like, oh, I think she's dehydrated.
And she's just straight up said, I left her. I went on vacation.
I don't know.
No está bien. People are not okay.
That's why the aliens don't want to come here, bitch.
People are not okay.
The earthlings we're not okay.
Okay, so that's the first one. That's my first story. On to my second story. It's actually ongoing también. And I didn't know they happened kind of like on the same date. I had no idea.
Seriously? That's crazy.
Yeah. So my second true crime, current crime, involves a woman who shot her Uber driver because she believed that she's being kidnapped and taken to Mexico.
No.
So
This one I didn't hear about.
48-year-old Phoebe D. Copas, I think it's Copas or Copas, whatever, traveled to El Paso from Tompkinsville, Kentucky to visit her boyfriend.
En El Paso.
En El Paso, sí. So on June 16th, she ordered an Uber to drive her to the location where she was going to meet the boyfriend.
Sí.
And that where she was going to meet him, it was like in far southeast El Paso. Okay? So como a las 2 de la tarde, around 2 p.m., Daniel Piedra Garcia picked up Phoebe in a green Nissan Maxima. Not a
Maxima.
What did I say earlier? About the thought that Alex was
Phillips,
making. No, Alex was making kebabs, but I forgot I said it weird.
No, she said kebabs. Oh, not the kebabs. Like, what the fuck?
The kebab. I don't know. I said it funny, but we were laughing. So, according to the affidavit, también, Phoebe noticed signs that read Juárez, Mexico. It's right across from El Paso, right? It's like right across the border.
She had not left Kentucky in her whole life?
Bitch, well, I mean, leaving Kentucky and coming to El Paso, I'm sure that's different. When you're coming to a border town.
I know, but I need to go to Kentucky and see what the fuck is this difference. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, I think just like signs everywhere.
You're entering, like, you're crossing state lines or something.
Like, not only that, but like when you go to, let's say that you go to San Antonio, it's telling you Laredo this way. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to Laredo. It just means that it's that way. If you want to go. Like, what the fuck?
So Like I said, Phoebe noticed signs that said Juarez, Mexico, and believed that she was taking across the border.
No, man.
And then she pulled a silver and brown handgun from her purse and shot Daniel in the back right side of his head.
No.
See, which caused the vehicle to crash into the roadway barriers.
And hold on, espérame. So then you're telling me she had a license to carry?
I don't know. It's Texas, but you don't need one.
Well, true. But what I'm saying is she got on the plane with that shit?
Yeah, you can.
You can't get on the plane with the fucking...
You need to have your... I think you need to have your permit, or you can check it into your bag. But you need to have like...
I know.
I think you can check it in if I'm not mistaken.
I know somebody that they almost took her to jail because she had a gun.
But in her carry-on? Did she let them know?
Yeah, she let them know.
But did you let them know like when you booked? Not like when you get there.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. But I need to look that shit up because I don't think... So she had... Okay, pa acabar pronto. She had a gun.
She had a handgun. And...
she thought they were taking her away.
To kidnap to Mexico.
The fuck? I'm going to need to see what this lady looks like.
So chocó el carro.
Uh-huh.
And according to authorities, the area where the vehicle crashed, was not close to any bridge or port of entry that led into Ciudad Juarez or any part of Mexico.
I think that she's just never left fucking Kentucky in her whole life.
It was discovered that Phoebe, before she called 911, took a picture of Daniel and texted it to her boyfriend. And apparently this said boyfriend was at the scene ayudándola getting out of the car cuando llegó la policía. And Phoebe was taken into custody while police, of course, investigated the shooting because she told them, she was being kidnapped, or she believed that she was being kidnapped.
I hope that the police were like, "Das pendeja."
So Daniel was taken to the University Medical Center, and after several days, his family decided to remove him from life support.
How old was he?
52.
Oh my God. He had a family.
Daniel was the sole provider for his family had began driving for Uber 3 weeks prior.
So apenas tenía.
And he would do his shifts from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That's horrible.
Phoebe. What is it?
No, you said
Phoebe. Phoebe was initially charged with suspicion of aggravated assault with bodily injury, but after Daniel's death, passed away, the charge was upgraded to murder, and her bond was set to $1.5 million.
I have a question though. Ella le dijo, hey, like, what's going on? Are you gonna...
we don't know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did she have to shoot him in the head?
That's what somebody said. I'm like, you don't rather ask a question
like,
first?
Be like, hey, excuse me, sir.
Where are
you? Yeah, I'm kind of confused. I'm pretty sure that he would have been like, oh, no, this is the way it's so-and-so.
Yeah.
No creo que nada más porque sí, I'm getting kidnapped, let me shoot somebody in the head. Now, si no te contestan, then I'll be like, hey, I'm asking you a question.
Like, can you unlock the door? I want to get off.
I want to get off, or let me get off, pero no just shoot somebody in the fucking head like that. Dude, what the hell? That's crazy. I had no idea.
There is a GoFundMe for Daniel, and I'll link it in the show notes if anybody wants to donate. I think I checked it today, and I think it's like just over $100,000 in donations, but I'm sure, fucking burying somebody is not cheap, obviously.
It's not cheap.
Mira, hasta te cuesta para morirte in this country, you know?
We were just talking about that, how this fucking country sucks. That's why the Earthlings, why would they come to Las Vegas?
We are the Earthlings.
Fuck. Why would the aliens come to Las Vegas? Bro, go somewhere else, guys. Don't come here.
And why do we think just Vegas, though,
I guess because everybody's always talking about how que ahí está, que es el Area 45 o que es.
Are you talking about Area 51?
Oh, 51. 45 es el pinche highway.
Yeah.
The fuck? But anyway.
But yeah, those are the stories. Again, an ongoing story, but it's insane.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you guys think about it.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys like this thing that we did today. Maybe we could do it again, maybe once in a while.
Like once every couple of months or something.
Yeah, we're sorry that today wasn't so like
a regular episode.
But we do have a lot going on in our personal life, so we just had to get all of that. But
we didn't want to leave you guys without an episode because we were thinking, I'm like, we'll just skip this week since we can't do one.
Which we were thinking about, and that's fine. Yeah. But the thing is, we still wanted
to talk. Yeah. We were still talking about true crime stories, right?
Anyway, and so not only that, but we know we still want to build our following, so we don't want y'all to think, oh, they're gonna just skip a day or whatever.
And I'm sure it's fine when really we can't get it together or something happens.
And I was like, you know what? Let's try this out. We had been thinking about it, and today was the day. Yeah. So you guys let us know what you think. If you would like to send us a message, or you can send us an email at
cafecitoandcrimepod@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. That'd be great if you can follow us because we just want followers. No, not only that, but like
we want to build a community.
We want to build a community of true crime. Cafecitos y cafeteros.
No, we could just call them cafecitos.
Cafecitos. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Yep. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
No, we'll talk to you in the next one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.